Don't finish yet.
Huh?
Just gonna take a picture.
Oh yeah, just don't have to send that.
That's right, mate. Put that in
Just got
the thing. Alright.
Did you get the lock and wheel nut out?
Yeah. Wait. Just.
I thought you did it.
I've just done it back up so I can let go of the wheel.
Right, so we're down at the unit. I've got Mike and Nathaniel here with Nathaniel's 7 Series. And last week we did exhaust. Well, cut the exhaust off. The back box is off. Because YOLO. And we did something on the front, I can't remember. But yeah, we basically just chopped the ends of the pipes off for now, and then we're going to weld on some section from where we've cut off out the back of the car. These have like 3 silencers in them or something. 2 massive one there, and then the back boxes. So just cutting the back boxes off didn't really make much of a difference.
Let's have a look at one of them, please, right? Just a quick size difference. Well, that's 19. It's about 21 then, isn't it?
21
Yeah, it's massive. The bottom arm nuts are ridiculous.
Do you have a big bitch on now?
I've only got sockets, I think.
That should be alright there. What size is that?
That is 21. I have a feeling it's 22.
Oh, it is.
22?
Yeah.
Side. No, that's an inch.
Oh.
So that's the one.
Sick. Mate, you need to get a lanyard for that camera.
Yeah.
Christ
Oh,
almighty.
you're a psychopath.
If you drop that.
You're a maniac.
Why is it like asking to be dropped?
It's literally just fucking waiting for it, mate.
I only work in a garage though, I don't work in a club.
You are?
I only work in a garage, I don't have to deal with nightclubbers.
Oh, that's just never. You don't have to break a bad, do you? Never invested, mate. Never invested.
I did. There's one over here. Can we just
I think I just need to stop typing.
This is the biggest breaker bar on the planet.
Let me just type in the first one.
What do you need it for? That arm?
That drop link's loose on the top, but not because it's not tight, but just because it's.
I think it is not tight. Look at this, Ben.
I think that hole's bigger than the actual.
Yeah, it must be.
I think it just needs another tighten. But
Oh, it needs nipping back up. It's 17, isn't it?
I do believe so.
Looks a bit. Get the fresh helpers piece if we need it.
Oh, straight off there. There we go.
I'm not surprised. You could pull the car off the ramp with that. Just try wang it on with that. It's going nowhere now. Not a chance is that moving now.
New one's very much on as well. It's not going nowhere, mate.
So they're both tight.
Both on that.
What?
That's the electricity, the water on it.
Yeah, it's the water on the lines.
Really loud, that.
You do know we can lift the car up now because the wheels are off.
Go on, get yourself up there. Oh, my arm's stuck. Oh, literally got my arm stuck there, walked away, headbutted it, and
This is by far the heaviest car I've ever had on this ramp.
Oh, this is a bit bad. It's not very difficult.
Oh, Jesus.
So this ball joint is pagged, basically. World's biggest breaker bar.
Oh, Jesus.
That is, you know what we should, you know what we need for this?
I'm deja vu, mate. You said that in a dream, then walked away. Yes!
The GT85.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ, it's actually giving me neck pains. Oh. What on earth is £2, please?
Give it a good.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Might help a little bit.
10 times better.
Yeah, it looks it. You know it's tight if that bar struggles to pull it. Right, we've got the new control arms on the front. Nice shiny boys. Easy, just take that bolt out, take the ball joint off, knock the ball joint out, pop new ones in. Easy. We're going to start on the exhaust now. So we've got, this is a section of the stock exhaust that we cut off the back box, and this is a new section of exhaust pipe that Nathaniel's bought. So we're just going to basically weld this to this and then weld this at the other end of this pipe to the car, which is going to be a nightmare because trying to TIG an exhaust while it's on the car isn't going to be easy. So I'll try my best, but yeah, don't be expecting any miracles in terms of fabrication here. So yeah, we'll get this tacked up and then welded and go from there. Right, so I've done a few of the welds now. I'll show you this one because I'm actually quite happy with it. So this is from the back. This connects. So this end goes to the basically shotgun pipe coming out the back, and this one welds to the other end. But yeah, it's a pretty decent. It's not a bad weld, considering it's all there. So I've had the welder on. I have Artec, just a can't remember what, TIG 160 PD, so it just goes up to 160. But I've had it on pulse, so I think I've had the pulse on 2 hertz, and then I've had the peak amps at 50. So for this, I think this is like 1 mil, 2 mil thick tube, so it's working quite well. I've found that I like using, I haven't used pulse before, this is the first time I've used the pulse feature on the welder, and it helps with really thin stuff because it's like it breaks the heat, so you don't get as much. It's harder to blow the weld out basically. So there's been bits where I've had to use filler to fill little gaps, so that's been handy because I haven't just instantly blown through the gap, so I haven't just made the gap worse. It's yeah, I prefer using the pulse with thin stuff like this. So, and it's good because you can time your dabs. Obviously, with how many it goes, with every pulse you just move. So, yeah, it's good. So we'll get the other bits welded up and start trying to put them on. Alright, so it's the next day. Last night we got the exhaust welded up and we got one put on the car. The other one is here. And I'm pretty happy with how it came out for my first exhaust piece. So obviously this is basically the back box replacement, and then we've had to create an amalgamation of bends and straights to make it fit the car how we want it to fit it. So tomorrow we're going to try and fit this one as well. The install on the first pipe wasn't particularly good, so I think we're going to take the full exhaust off and just do it properly on the floor so I can get to everything properly, because trying to TIG weld an exhaust when it's up in a car is a nightmare. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress on the exhaust work, so hopefully start doing a bit more, and yeah, I'd like to turn my hand to knocking out exhausts, because it's quite fun to try and weld exhaust pipe. It's a bit more of a challenge with it being dead thin. But for today, we are going to button up everything on the Corvair. So we're gonna do check all the bolts in the back. I need to make a mount to attach the bottom arm to the bag. I just need to find out what threads these are, and then get some bolts, and then one of the bolt holes in the rocker cover actually stripped. Yeah, that meme was me for a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap it with the metric equivalent, basically, and then try and get a bolt in to tighten that up. Right, so I figured out that the hole for the rocker cover is a 6mm hole. So I've got this M7 by 1 tap. I'm going to try and put that in there. So pray for me that the tap doesn't snap, because it's not the best quality tap to be doing this with. So if it snaps, F's in the comments. Well, I've put some grease on it, so fingers crossed she doesn't snap. When you're tapping, always go in a little bit and then wind it back out, and then back in a little bit and then wind it back out. Just stops any swarf build up and then helps you not snap the tap. Well, that seems pretty good, so we'll try a bolt, see how it goes. So I managed to find an M7 bolt. So what I'm going to do, it's far too long, so I'm going to cut it to about there, and I'm going to turn it into a stud. So I'm going to basically stud convert it on the engine, because I've got a nut to fit it, so I may as well just turn it into a stud, and then yeah, I can just bolt it straight up. There we go. A little stud instead of a bolt. So we'll put the rocker cover on. See how it sits. I might need to... Oh, no, it looks like it's going to get it. No, maybe not. I might need to screw it out a little bit more. There we go. Nice little stud conversion. Just one of them, like, but that's what they're meant to look like. So yeah, that's a job out the way. Just one of those really nervous jobs. Obviously, running a tap into your engine block's never fun, because if that tap snaps, just write your day off. So all the arms are now tight on the front. So I've tightened up my new trackward ends. The lower control arms are all tight. So all that's left for the front is the tension rods, which go from here to there. So been having a nightmare finding the right bolts for the rods, because they're a weird thread as per everything on this car. Alright guys, so for those of you that don't know, this is my tension rod, basically. Does the caster on your front wheel. So the stock location is there, and then it mounts, if you can see, I don't know if you can see because of the light. So it mounts to the bottom of the arm, the top of the arm, sorry, the top of the lower arm there. So what I've done is I've converted it to heim joint or rose joint. So when the car, I'm pushing the bag up with the jack and a piece of wood. So when the car is aired out, the arm is like this, which is not optimal for any sort of ride quality. So what I've done is I've put the rose joint on so that when the car is aired up, which it'll be probably about there, this joint allows the rod to move a bit more freely, so otherwise it would have bound up really bad. So this is basically just to stop the binding of this when it's aired up or down, because it would, with the stock end on this rod, it would have just tried to pull the arm off. It wouldn't have had any flexibility. So I would install those, but as per usual, I'm struggling for hardware. So I need to make a list of what hardware I need and just go to Hawks Fasteners and buy it. So this is probably the third day of this video now. Down at the unit again, and we've actually took the exhaust off this time, just to make it about 50 million times easier for ourselves. So we've got the new section that we're welding on, and that's going on here, and then we've got the other side to finish welding around the top, and then the brackets to put on at the back just to hold the back end up. It's pretty stable anyway, because there's no real weight in the back now because the back boxes are gone. But yeah, shouldn't be too big of a job really, but we'll see. Fucking wires. Why haven't they invented a wireless welder yet?
Sure, that'll be easy.
Right, well, we've got the exhaust mounted back up. So we just need to do the brackets from the car to the side of the straight pipe at the back. And then she's pretty much done, I think. So we're going to use some flat bar as the to weld to the tube, because it's quite thin. It's about the right thickness, so that'll weld on a lot better than the 10mm stud bar we were using. Well, we did it. The exhaust is actually on the car, mounted and everything. Sorry about the light, but yeah, they're on. They could fit better, but for a first attempt at hanging any form of exhaust, I don't think we've done too bad. So yeah, we'll get it down off the ramp and start it up and see what it sounds / looks like. What? Oh yeah. Give her a rev. Sounds lovely on idle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got like the nice little burble.
Bit of a hump.
Yeah. But yeah, the tips look a bit small, but he's getting some ones that just go over the ends of them. What size are they?
75.
75s. Instead of their 50s, they're going to be 75s, so they'll look a bit, at the minute they look like a bit pea shootery. But yeah, better than having none.
I agree with that one there.
Sounds good. Then there isn't a car that M parallels don't look good on. Not one.